Yesterday we learned about simple interest. So let's see what y'all remembered from yesterday. What is interest? Speak up because I can't hear you. The amount of money, what? That you owe total, or what's interest? Okay, I borrowed $20 from my kid. I pay her $25 back. What's the interest? The $5. So what was that? It's a fee she charged me to borrow the money. Interest is a fee a borrower pays. Interest is a fee. It's not the total that you pay back. Again, if I borrow $20 from my kid and she wants me to pay her back with interest, the interest is the fee she's charging me, not the total I pay back. The next question, what is the formula for simple interest? Where would you look? Star chart. So you go down at the very bottom under additional information, and you find the formula for simple interest, which is I equals PRT. Write that down. And I got that straight off the star chart. Now, what does each part of the formula stand for? What does the I stand for? Interest. What does the P stand for? Principal. And we learned what principal means. It means your starting amount. I'm going to separate these. What does R stand for? Rate. And they're going to give it to you as a percent that you have to change to a decimal. And what does T stand for? Time. And you need it to be in years. All right. The next question asks, what is the formula simple interest solve for? Well, look at it. What does it say? I equals. What does I mean? So what does this formula solve for? The interest. It solves for the fee. And we learned yesterday, what do you do once you know the fee if you want to know the total amount you're going to pay back? You add the principal plus the interest. So you add the principal plus the interest. So for example, I borrowed $20 from my daughter. She's going to charge me $5 in interest. How would I find my total that I'm going to pay her? I take the 20 and I add 5 and I'm going to pay her $25. Make sense? All right, let's do some examples. Now, yesterday, the question that we solved only asked for the interest. Today, you have to read the question and see what it's asking for. So everybody look at the first example. A student invests, so they're going to make money, $2,500 at 5% simple interest. How much interest will the student make at the end of 3 years? I want you to circle or highlight how much interest, because that tells you what you're looking for. If you don't have a highlighter, just circle it, and if you do, highlight it. And then ask yourself, does this formula solve for what it's asking for? Yes, the formula solves for what? Interest. So the formula is I equals PRT. And it's asking for interest, and this formula solves for interest. So I'm good using the formula. So here we go. How much money am I starting with? That's my P. My rate is the percent, so my R is 5%, but I must change it to a, how do I change a percent to a decimal? Over, so 5 over 100. So I put that in my calculator. Make sure you are not on rounding mode. So go to mode real quick, check and make sure it just says float. And I'm doing 5 over 100, which is 0.05. So that's my R. And how much time am I doing it in years? That's my T. Now I plug these in to the formula. To solve for the interest, I'm simply going to do 2,500 times 0.05 times 3. And those are my multiplication signs. Here we go. 2,500 times 0.05 times 3. And my answer is $375 in interest. Since it asked for interest, I am now finished. That's my answer. Does everybody understand? Yes or no? Now I want you to read the next question on your own and highlight what it's asking for. Okay, now, did it ask for the interest? Did it say how much interest? Or did it say how much money will she have in her account? So, this formula is not going to give me the final answer, is it? It's only going to give me the interest. So I'm going to have to take it a step further. How much money? That's talking about the total amount in her account, not the fee. So we're still going to use the same formula. I equals PRT. So here's my P. My starting amount is 5,200. I don't see everybody writing with me. Here's my R, but I need to change it to a. Now I have students every year that say, Ms. Castro, that's already a decimal. It has a decimal. And the answer is no, it's not. If it has a percent sign, it is a percent. So you must put it over 100. So I go 3.25 over 100. And there is my rate, 0.0325. And here is my T, my time. So I'm going to do I equals 5,200 times 0.0325 times 4. Okay, what'd you get? $676. But what is that answer for? That's the interest. Now think logically. If Sarah has $5,200 in her account to start with, and she's making interest, she's not going to have $676 in her account in 4 years. Somebody would have robbed her, right? She better have more than that. So if I want to know how much money she has in her account, I'm going to take this interest and add it to the principal that she started with. So how much is she going to have in her account after 6 years? $5,876 in her account after 6 years. So do you understand the difference of when you stop with the formula or when you add it back? This question said how much interest, and the formula solves for interest. this question says, how much money is she going to have total? That means you have to add it back to the principal. Does everybody understand? All right, read the last question. What is it asking for? How much interest? So, does the formula give me this answer? Yes, so all I need is I equals PRT. All right, let's go label. My principal is 3,600. My rate is 7/2%. I need to change it to a. Everybody stop what you're doing and look at the board. I'm still going to put it over. So if I do alpha y equals, option 1, on the top I need to do alpha y equals again to put in that 7/2. And then on the bottom I can put in my 100 and it will do that for me. It's still a fraction, so I hit math, decimal, enter, and there it is. Does that make sense? Yes or no? So my rate is 0.035 and my time is 6 years. So I equals 3,600 times 0.035 times 6. Notice I'm labeling my answer that it's interest so that I can see if I solve the question for what it's asking for. Now, on your assignment today, you need to be careful because there is a question at the bottom. Or did I? No, I changed it. It all has years, so y'all are good. You just have to be careful. Like if it says 12 months, you wouldn't use 12 for your years. How many years is 12 months? 1, so you would use 1, but I just, wait, I'm on the wrong assignment. Let me go look, hold on. I feel like there's one with months on it. Yep, on number 10, I hope you're listening. On number 10, on your assignment, it wants to know the interest for 18 months. So everybody write this down on the back of your notes. We need to turn 18 months into years. How many months are in a year? So if I want to know how many years this is, just divide by 12 months because there's 12 months in a year and that will give it to you. 18 divided by 12 is what? Say it loud. 1.5 years. So 18 months is 1.5 years. So this would be your T for number 10. Okay? I think that's the only one that does that to you. Your assignment is posted in Google Classroom, and you can come check your answers with me. If you are in ISS or DAP, if you want to email me your answers before you submit, I don't mind checking them.